Most of my passions all kind of stem around the sea and the oceans. So that's food, that's sports. I studied ocean science in college. My brain runs at about 100 miles a minute, so it's a nice break. You're concentrating on what you're doing next, or getting out, or not getting milled in the face by a wave. My dad moved to Sligo when I was a teenager, and he was trying to figure out how do you convince a teenager to go where her friends aren't. He bought me a week of surf lessons and I got hooked. I loved baking ever since I was little, and then I wasn't really mad into cooking, and then it was when I was diagnosed with celiac and I needed to start actually cooking for myself, and then the passion kind of just went on from there. So, hi, my name is Finn. I'm here in Kennys and I'm cooking something from my new cookbook, Finn's World. It's the Cockle Salsa Salad, but I'm going to make it today with anchovies just to do a little variation. This is like a really handy recipe for maybe like a beach picnic or just whipping something together. It goes really well in Tupperware, it keeps it all in the fridge, and it's quite affordable to make, and it's also something quite handy to do with like tin fish. So it's a good source of protein, but it's not going to be expensive. So I start with the onions. So when I do onions, I like to soak them in lemon first, because it just kind of takes that raw onion tang off it, and it also means if you're breathing on other people, it's going to smell a lot better. Ideally, if I had a bit more time, I would do this and then maybe pop it in the fridge, but we're cooking in a bookshop today, so I'll just do it quickly. I was never a huge fan of onions, so I do them quite small, just so you're not getting big huge chunks, but red onions are quite sweet, so that's not so much of a problem with these. You could also soak them in lime as well, and that would be quite nice as well. And if you want to do like a slightly spicy version of the salad, you could throw in a little bit of Tabasco. So just pop them in a bowl. And you can always use a juicer, or if you just don't want the pips to go in, you can just kind of squeeze it through your hand as well, and that works really well. I'm going to put some balsamic in this, but it's even nice with just the lemon squeeze. So that can just kind of sit there and stew. So you can kind of put other bits and pieces with this as well. Like if I was going to make this a bigger dish as opposed to just going along with a lunch, I like to put in some peppers and stuff as well. Maybe yellow ones would be a nice little bit of colour. This is like really fresh, so I guess it's kind of summery. So like you're saying, like good for picnics. So I usually use cockles, and I'm using anchovies here, but something else as well. Like in Ireland, they might not be as readily available, so little clams as well in brine work really well. And they're kind of this is like a gentle way to introduce people to slightly more unusual fish as well, so it's good. Okay. And with these guys, I'll just slice them up. So it's kind of nice if all the pieces are sort of the same size. Just makes it look a little bit nicer, and then it's easier to dish out. So I'll just cut these up a little bit smaller. So these ones are in olive oil, so that means when I put them into the salad, I'm going to add less oil just because it's already there. And then with fish, since it's already salty, I feel like you don't need to add more salt as well. So I'll just put in a good bit. So these guys are really high in protein, really high in healthy fats, good for your brain, good for students, especially in Galway. And super simple, a little bit of a splash of balsamic, tiny bit of olive oil, and a little bit of pepper that I just ground up right here. And that's it. Super simple, super straightforward.